Back is Ryan Stanton paired on defense with Kevin Bieksa. Right up the middle, Nick Bonino feeds Chris Higgins on his off wing. Backhander, a big rebound off Scrivens, and Bonino can't put it in. David Perron threw the puck away. He's lucky he got outside the blue line. Ryan Stanton to Kevin Bieksa. A rink-wide pass. Higgins now with some speed into the attacking zone with his shot. Scrivens the save, and defenseman Keith Ollie to stay way back on his own side of center.
That D group is not exactly mobile, so you back them off with speed, it'll work.
Nick Bonino, Alex Burrows who took that pass, and then decided to curl around and set up Bieksa. Chris Higgins now. Hand uses available for the backdoor play, but the pass for the blue line is intercepted. Here's a 2-on-1 to shorthanded. Nugent Hopkins with Pouliot. Nugent Hopkins shoots, and Miller made the save.
It was expected. If you didn't want them on, you probably weren't coaching her for long.
I had to stay for the icing call. The second unit power play is staying on the ice. They're not going to change it into the attacking zone. Bonino with a shot up high.
A good read, though, to pressure a guy that doesn't necessarily make those plays instinctively. Force him to make it under pressure.
R&H stopped up, lost the puck. Here's a breakaway. Jannik Hansen, shorthanded, scores! Jannik Hansen on a turnover just inside the Vancouver line by the Oilers power play, and it's a 1-0 lead for Vancouver.
Well, that's the third shorthanded goal against by this power play. 4 forwards on the ice. It's the defenseman bump up to Nugent Hopkins, 1 against 3, and just an errant pass, but watch the read by Schultz. He stays to the outside, doesn't sense the danger.
Deered aside by Miller, and that gives the Canucks another odd man rush. Daniel Sedin leading the way, passes off, Hamhuis scores! And it's waved off because there's a bump in front and Scrivens was down and out.
Here's the chance by Yakupov, hits the post. He stood and watched it for a second, didn't realize he was coming back the other way. The 7th odd man rush, nifty play, and you saw the contact.
Created a scarcity, so people like it even more. Dan Hamhuis. Jeff Petrie's back. Mark Arcavello in support. There's Higgins with a shot from the slot that was blocked. Start the second period, the Oilers had a tough first period. They gave up way too many odd man rushes, and they're lucky to be down just 1-0 as Verbata takes a shot, and that almost handcuffed Ben Scrivens in the opening seconds of period number 2. And Stanton is back to get the puck. Purcell in deep. He's got Pouliot with him. In front of the net, Leon Draisaitl. Pouliot, there's Draisaitl with a shot. What a save by Miller. And a second one, and he's got that too. Third power play of the game. This time, Willie Desjardins goes with his first unit. The Sedins come onto the ice. There's Verbata with a shot. He scores! Wow, that didn't take long. Right off the draw, Radim Verbata gives Vancouver a 2-0 lead.
Guys, there's something called puck awareness, and this is just a horrible example of the Oilers getting puck focused but then lose sight. Watch the bodies in front. Everybody leaves the front of the net. You leave the one guy who's the most dangerous. A right-handed shot on his offside, a little bump back, and no chance at all for Scrivens.
Oilers got this draw and get the puck up to center. Ryan Stanton standing up there. Pinizzato now with some room. Shoots, he scores! Pinizzato called up for his first game this season, has his first National Hockey League goal, and the Oilers are within 1.
And it was a beauty. This is a play off of a face-off. Tried the stretch pass, didn't work. But you can see defenseman Stanton gets caught, he gets picked, and this is just an absolute rocket. It's been an easy night so far for Miller. He hasn't been tested. This one just fools him.
Stanton sees his teammates starting a change, threw the puck up the middle, and here come the Oilers again. Teddy Purcell passes off, quick shot is blocked. Comes right back to Justin Schultz. His cross-ice pass bobbled, and they can't get the puck by Miller. Just a fraction of a second at the side of the net, and now here's a chance for Zach Kassian. On his own, being pursued by Schultz. Deeks, great save by Scrivens. Burrows couldn't get away. He's with Higgins and Bonino. No net, another turnover. This time by Keith Ollie. Chris Higgins with a shot, he scores! The Oilers had the puck, they keep giving it back, and this time Chris Higgins put it in the net. It's 3-1 Vancouver.
not only the dreaded turnover, but when you're fatigued, your brain's not functioning at the level it has to make a quick decision. It's a late decision by Ollie, but look at the path he took. A little dip to his right.
So they have Pouliot, Yakupov, Mark Arcobello who won the draw. There's the shot, score! Teddy Purcell right off the draw. Well, Vancouver scored a power play goal 3 seconds after a penalty. The Oilers have trumped them. They did it in 2.
Well, watch the reaction of Dorsett. He's just slow to get there, and the puck is a perfectly placed face-off win, tape to tape, comes back with speed, and a deflection off of Dorsett's stick. Look at the reaction of the goaltender, Miller. Can't believe it. There's the tip, and a big break for Edmonton off of a heck of a good hard shot.
Sorry, pal. That was not by purpose and design.
Teddy Purcell's had most of the chances, and there's another one, and it's a tie game. Boyd Gordon. Two goals in 11 seconds, and that one had eyes and got under Miller, who was probably still thinking about the own goal, the tip just before.
Well, it's deja vu all over again for Vancouver. Friday night against Arizona, it was 2 goals in 9 seconds. Here, you've got a dump in, opportunity to retrieve and make a play. Good hard forecheck, nice bounce.
Trying to set up Yakupov. There was a great opportunity for Edmonton, and Vancouver's really come unglued here, haven't they? An outlet to Mathias with Cassian. Cassian shoots. Great save by Scrivens. Bonino. Burrows went to the front of the net. A bouncing puck knocked down to the line by Dan Hamhuis. He'll play the puck back side of the net. Here's Bieksa. Stopped by Scrivens. Cabello away, and he delays a little bit, then takes a shot and peels off to the bench. Long stretch pass for Daniel Sedin as the first power play units come on for Vancouver. Bonino hits Yannick Weber. His shot hits the back of Ben Scrivens' glove.
Nifty little passing play. Watch the rolling puck over the stick of Scrivens and bouncing towards skate to stick, and an excellent effort. Another chance, a rolling puck late in the power play. 2 quick passes. Hamhuis tries the puck bounce.
Canucks win the ensuing faceoff. Weber walks the line. Radim Vrbata walks in, shoots, he scores! Another one right off a faceoff, and Vancouver with a power play goal has taken the lead again 4-3.
Jim, it wasn't quite off the faceoff like the 2 goals we saw before, but the faceoff had everything to do with it. Great execution after winning the draw. Henrik wins the draw, goes right to the front of the net, and this time Ben Scrivens can't fight for his spot. No movement at all by Henrik, and Scrivens back deep in his net. Nikitin can't get down and block it, and you can see the reaction of the goaltender. Can't even see him behind him.
And that was the 5-on-3, and it's slipped through the Oilers' fingers.
One shot on that long power play. Burrows is now back on. It's 5-on-5. Ference to Petrie to the net. Miller with the save. The rebounds just won the faceoff. Tanev with a shot. Scrivens with the save. And the Oilers get the puck in the rebound and break out. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins takes a shot deflected wide of the net by Tanev. Taylor Hall gathers in the puck. Back to the blue line. Here's Ference from Petrie. His shot, he scores! Ference, the captain of the Oilers, with a long shot that beats Miller, and it's tied 4-4.
And Jim, that's back-to-back shifts that Dallas Eakins put Bonino as the mark against Nugent-Hopkins, and look at the battle in front.
Purcell again, the screen set up, he goes across the ice, and Miller had to make a good save on the quick shot by Yakupov. Schultz intercepted. Here's a 2-on-1 shorthanded. Chris Higgins. Richardson heads for the net. Takes the pass. Backhander stopped by Scrivens. Diving towards the net. Bumped the goaltender. The puck went in behind. Henrik centering pass. Couple of whacks at it in front for Boyd Gordon. Already got one of the night. Radim Vrbata starts out with the Sedin. Daniels ahead of the play. Takes the puck off the boards. He's got Weber in front. He scores!
Against the Sedins, they pressure offensively. Boyd Gordon can't make a play. Pinizzato makes a dangerous gamble there, and that creates an odd man rush. Patience by Sedin, and a perfectly placed pass. Little delay, little bump back. Got a little lucky break. Weber joining and up and over.
No icing here. Scrivens sets the puck up for the keep. Bouncing puck to the front of the net. Here's Kassian. He fanned on the shot. Plays the puck to Tanev. Sean Matthias in front of the net. Kassian hunting the puck to Matthias out front. Richardson can't get a shot. Backhander by Matthias is blocked. Kassian with the puck in from Matthias in traffic. Richardson right there with him, but the Oilers managed to take it back, and now they get out to center. Teddy Purcell's pass. He gets it back, takes a shot. Miller makes the save. Taylor Hall. Perron's in front of the net. Back to the blue line. Schultz. Nugent Hopkins. Taylor Hall. Great save by Miller. They score, and the rebound waved off. Kicked in. Right away, waved off. Adley needs this one. It would be just his second goal of the season. So where does his stick get it?
Oh boy, he didn't get it. It was the glove and stick of Miller that got it afterwards. It looked like live that right here when he kicks it, he gets it. Oh, and the stick of Miller gets in the way and knocks it in.
Down goes Richardson. Up with the puck comes Bonino, gets it to center, and this wild one is over. 4 straight wins for Vancouver over Edmonton this season, and an 11-0 record for Ryan Miller against Edmonton.